What if everything you're seeing right now is really just a distraction? While the world watches Gaza, peace talks, riots in the city, and the rise of AI, something much bigger is unfolding up above us. NASA calls it 3i-Atlas, an interstellar visitor passing near Mars as we speak. But insiders say there's a cover-up, not because it may be a rock, it may not be a rock. It might be an alien craft, a weapon, or something even prophetic, another sign from the heavens. Tonight, we're going to pull back the curtain on 3i-Atlas cover-up, the Gaza peace deal, the AI takeover, and much more as we cover breaking news on The Big Picture. Let's go.
You're watching The Big Picture.
All right, here we go. We're going to welcome in the Queen right now. She's coming in. If I can press the right button. There she is. There she is.
Babe, I just want to say that was a great opener.
Well, thank you very much.
Riveting.
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 I know you all about to say.
Mighty big words right there. Riveting.
Riveting.
Riveting. Riveting. Well, I'm just thankful I got my voice back because I preached my voice out this week.
You should have brought some of your special tea to the set tonight.
Throat coat.
Yes.
Yeah, but I got my lemonade, so I'm happy.
My husband is a tea drinker.
Only on occasions.
Hot tea drinker. Squirrel.
Only on occasions.
Thank you, Becky. It is squirrel time.
Today is the celebration of the 250th anniversary of the Navy, and I thought that was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Let's just let's watch this little video that the White House released today. It's pretty awesome.
The U.S. Navy has always been the iron will of a proud and mighty nation, pushing forward through the currents and through the spray of raging combat and the fog of naval war. From the American Revolution until today, the story of the U.S. Navy is a tale of loyalty, sacrifice, and commitment stretching back 250 years. The Navy has never failed to hunt, kill, and to win. Through it all, the United States Navy has kept the stars and stripes soaring high and proud above. You've conquered raging oceans and braved ferocious storms to vanquish America's enemies. America's Navy never, ever gives up the ship. We own the skies, we stalk the depths, and we rule the seas. God bless the United States Navy.
That's pretty awesome. You got to admit, that pumped you up right there.
It's pretty tight.
That was
pretty tough.
That
I
was
like
pretty
it.
tight.
Yeah.
And and it continued with First Lady Melania. She comes to the pulpit there. I call it the pulpit. It's always a pulpit.
America's pulpit.
America's pulpit.
Yeah.
So let's hear the kind of reception that the First Lady got when she addressed the Navy.
Navy. Hoo-yah, Navy. Hoo-yah, Navy. It is an honor to be with you to celebrate the 250th year since the United States Navy was officially established.
Despite the current Democrat-induced shutdown, we will get our service members every last penny. Don't worry about it. It's all coming. It's coming. And even more because I'm supporting the across-the-board pay raises for every sailor and service member of the United States Armed Forces.
Oh, they're getting a raise.
Nice.
Wow. Okay, that's football. Sorry. Oh, man. So, apparently they're getting a raise, too.
Great.
So that's
They
good.
deserve it.
They absolutely deserve it.
They deserve it.
Yeah. But, he referenced the shutdown, and that's, it sounds so, I'm not disrespecting. I'm not disrespecting the people that are affected by it because I know there are people that are affected by it. But it's just become such a part of our lives now. It just feels like unless you work in Washington or you're a federal employee, and many of you may be, and I'm not belittling your struggle that you may be having because of this, your delayed paycheck and all that. It just seems like political theater. And that's what we're talking about tonight. Are we being distracted? And I feel like that seems like every October around this time, we're towards the end of the year, we're talking about a potential shutdown. Sure. And then we figure out all these other things that are going on in the world. And it just seems like the distraction is everywhere you look, it's a distraction. So what are your thoughts on the whole shutdown thing? Have you been following it all?
No, not that closely. you know, there are videos out there, people, they're stressed out, they're worried, they hate the orange man.
Orange man's bad. Orange man.
all the things, right?
Yeah.
So it's pretty much what you would expect. I hear Carolyn Levitt on the Daily Brief. What is that called? The
White House
press
briefing. Yeah.
Press briefing. You know, of course, and most, if not all, Republicans, and of course, her is living it at the doorstep at the feet of the Democrats, as you would expect.
Right.
So it's like,
and the flip side, they do the same thing.
Of course,
they blame the Republicans.
It's pretty much what you'd expect. And is this like the 5th year running that
continuation? What do you
that
call it?
We've had a shutdown or had a big threat of shutdown?
Well, I think the last shutdown, the actual last shutdown, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong in the live chat. I think it was when Trump was president at 45. They have the continuing resolutions that just keep it going. I mean, all it really is a Band-Aid.
Sure.
And that's what this was too, was just a continuing resolution to keep it going. But I think the actual last shutdown, remember when Nancy Pelosi and all that came in there during the shutdown and Schumer, and they all got in a fight, and he's just like, shut up, you know, and they were like, you shut up. He's like, you shut up. They're like, I'm taking my toys and going home. You know, it was like just a bunch of room full of kids.
Look, part of me says maybe this is a convenient time to cover up some things, such as 3i-Atlas, such as
that's what I'm talking
maybe
about.
Those job reports.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
The job report,
didn't you tell elaborate on that? Because we were talking about that.
I don't know the exact date, but I believe we were expecting a job report around this timeline. You know, maybe that's not looking so great. And this would be a good time to not allow civilians access to see what's going on with 3i-Atlas, or to let anyone know about any upcoming job reports. And, you know, October surprise, that's a thing, right? That's been out there for a long, long time. But part of me says, hey, look, this can't go on very long, because things will get crazy in the country. People need to be paid. Obviously, they're going to catch their pay up when this is over. So I just feel like, you know, if this is being used as a convenient Band-Aid to cover up or hide certain things, surely we all understand that this has got to be fixed pretty quick.
Yep. All right. So let's hear what Speaker Mike Johnson is saying about the shutdown as he was coming out of a meeting today. If I can get this.
Leaders are also filing in behind him. Let's listen in live.
Well, welcome everybody to day 2 of the Democrat shutdown. Let's make absolutely clear what's happening here. Real pain is being inflicted upon the American people because 44 Democrats in the Senate have voted for the 3rd time to reject the completely nonpartisan, completely clean, very simple 24-page continuing resolution that we passed in the House here 2 weeks ago. Now, why did we do that? For a refresher for everyone. We have been working very hard, this leadership team, to get Congress working again. Congress has not done the appropriations process appropriately for many years now. And so we have forced.
All right. So let's read a little bit of this article here. He says the U.S. government entered the 6th day of the partial shutdown on Monday after lawmakers failed to reach a budget agreement the week before. There's nothing for us to negotiate. The House has done its job, Johnson said in remarks to a reporter on Monday. He added, the ball is in the court of the Senate Democrats. According to Johnson, Republicans want to improve health care, but Democrats have decided they want to pick a fight with health care. He added that Congress will take up a debate on health care issues sometime in the next 3 months, and noted that he and Washington Senator Pat Murray, the top Democrat on the Senate Appropriations Committee, had a fruitful discussion last week about the appropriations process. I told her it is my full intention that if we break this impasse and put these bills together, we have 3 of them in conference committee right now. Whatever the conference committee comes up with, I will put on the floor. I'm ready to go. And saying that Murray wanted an assurance that he would allow a House floor vote on appropriations bill, the bipartisan negotiation put forth, which he agreed to. I say the same things privately that I say publicly. We are consistent. Now, from what I've understood here in this whole process here is that This supposedly is over. On the Republican side, they're saying health care for illegal aliens, illegal
Right.
immigrants.
Yep.
They're on the other side saying there is no such thing. They can't get it. It's not in there. But the fine line there and the hidden behind what they're really saying is what the Republicans are trying to say is that no, in the bill, it doesn't say you're going to get health benefits to illegal immigrants, illegal aliens, but the Democrats want to reimburse hospitals for emergency room expenses. So illegal immigrants do get health care or health coverage, not coverage, but health care in the emergency room,
Right.
and they're forced to pay that. And then the hospitals are then getting reimbursed in this bill, which is an end around way of still benefiting healthcare. So they're saying that illegal immigrants are just going to the ER for everything, and then that by de facto they get public taxpayer benefits.
Sure.
Which honestly, I hate to say it sounds really not compassionate, but we're supposed to be paying taxes to take care of Americans.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
your thoughts?
A country, a nation, a people that are tax strapped from sales and property and all of these taxes. And, some of the very people that are being burdened with tax,
they're not even getting health care, really.
You will try to hold out as long as you possibly can to go
Right.
to the doctor or
Right.
get medical attention for yourself.
Let's make it clear. Obamacare was the biggest Trojan horse on the economy
Wow.
in the history of our lifetime. It was promoted as Affordable Health Care Act.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it may have made some people's health care free because I know a lot of people that are underprivileged got it for free. But for me and for our family and for many families in the live chat,
many people.
you let me know. I'm telling you, it's skyrocketed.
It's ridiculous.
Nuclear level.
It's
skyrocketed.
ridiculous. You're talking what, 2008 to present?
Yeah.
17 years of
Insane
just,
amount of money.
if we had a graph, it would just be
Yeah.
complete straight up. It's
Come on. Let me know in the live chat. Did your health care post Obamacare skyrocket?
sure.
I want to know. And if yours did go down and it's consistently stayed down and it made it more affordable, because the name of it is the Affordable Health Care Act.
Yep.
If it did, I want to know that too. I'm not being critical. I want to know.
You were one of the fortunate ones if that happened.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that I'm sure they're out there, but I don't know anybody that said, yeah, this was the greatest thing that ever happened to healthcare.
Okay, well, let's just talk about the whole picture, the big picture here. So if the border hadn't been wide open,
well,
there wouldn't have been so much need for so much care.
Exactly.
And, it's driving up cost. It is, quite frankly, in some cases, there's probably not enough care for everyone. So, some people are having to wait. It's just very frustrating. When you are a tax-paying citizen of this country,
come on,
and things are being given to non-citizens, and I hate talking about this because it creates such a dividing line, and I'm just not that person, but it does create some resentment issues. It creates frustration. Yes. And when you get a country in this modern day and time in the situations that we're in, where we are feeling like our backs are against the wall, you're going to hear it's going to be verbalized more. And it's just coming to the fore more than ever before.
Without a doubt. And I'm scanning the live chat. Not a single person has said that it went down. Everybody said skyrocketed. It went through the roof, went through the roof, went through the roof. It's just like, and I'm talking about across the board, regardless if you're a single mom. I see single moms in there saying they're skyrocketed, married, married of two, married with kids. I mean, it's just incredible how we got sold this bill of goods.
Yes.
And by the way, remember, it passed without a single Republican vote. Do you remember that? It passed by one. I think it was one or two. They had the majority. Not a single Republican voted for it. It changed healthcare forever, completely it was not so non-biased and bipartisan. It was not at all. It was completely partisan. The Democrats alone voted it in. It had to be fought back and forth, and we had one Republican-appointed Supreme Court justice invent something to save it at the Supreme Court. Remember that? He created it and
John
called
Roberts.
it. Yes,
John Roberts.
the Chief Justice called it a tax, and when he called it a tax, which it's technically was never supposed to be a tax, when he created this idea that it was a tax, then it gave the mandate power.
I remember feeling betrayed.
It was a sham.
I felt, when that happened, I thought, what?
Yeah.
Did you not feel betrayed by
Absolutely.
Justice Roberts?
Absolutely.
Because it's like he was, I don't know, it was like he was hiding something and then all of a sudden, oh, okay. Or just deception. I don't know. I just felt like I didn't see that one coming way back then.
Yeah, exactly. So it is what it is. We're in this world now, and everything seems to be when some kind of event happens, like what we're talking about tonight, the distraction. We're asking, what are we being distracted from?
Yes.
It's not just wars and rumors of wars that we're being distracted from. Y'all, we're being distracted by things like this shutdown, but because while the shutdown's going on, what are they doing to policy behind the scenes?
Yeah.
What kind of things are they implementing? When COVID hit, I mean, think about all the freedoms that we lost while we're all worried about staying 6 feet apart and going in different directions in the supermarket. I mean, that was the thing that got me, is when you walked in and you got arrows in this way.
You can only go one direction.
It's like we lost our minds.
Because COVID knows.
COVID knows.
If you try to turn around and go back, COVID knows.
It just drives me crazy when I think about our world that we're in.
Right.
But as crazy, as insane as it was to have to deal with the COVID stupid restrictions, now we have things in place that are policy now that happened while we were being distracted by COVID. I believe that we're being distracted in this shutdown. I believe we're being distracted even in some of this talk about wars and stuff. We're going to talk about 3i-Atlas tonight.
Yes.
What do we think it really is? Is that a distraction in itself? Or are we being distracted from what it really is? I mean, we just don't know anymore.
Yeah.
We just need to just trust the word of God and just forget about everything.
Right.
This crazy world that we're in.
Ooh, get your Bible out. Open your Bible. Stay in your Bible.
Well,
stay in the face of God.
Well, while this is going on, the Bible tells us to keep your eyes on Israel, and there's a lot of stuff going on in Israel.
Hello, tomorrow is a big anniversary.
Tomorrow is the big anniversary. Tomorrow is the anniversary of the October 7th attacks, 2 years. In the Israeli army reservist to Newsmax saying, we are thankful that the U.S. hasn't forgotten October 7th. Let me refresh this here so we can get this guy that makes the statement here. I think I can. Maybe not. It's not going to work. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's listen to what this guy's saying here.
Reservist Raj Smilovich, thanks for joining us this morning. You're close to this conflict. You lived on the Gaza border. You saw 20 of your neighbors brutally murdered by Hamas. I mean, how is your family? How are you still dealing with this now, 2 years removed?
Well, first of all, I'm thankful that we are not the only one dealing with it. Our greatest ally, the States, and of course, President Trump is still with us, because the world tends to forget what happened 2 years ago. And they forgot that, as you mentioned, 6,000 terrorists entered into Israel and brutally murdered, raped, kidnapped innocent civilians. And now as the time flies, people forget and ignore that and treat Hamas as if they are Boy Scouts.
What's the...
All right, so what I want to say here is I remember vividly when we were covering this on Monday night. Remember that? It was very, it was difficult to cover. And we were showing some of the videos.
I never watched any of the explicit
videos
I didn't that were out.
I couldn't.
I couldn't deal with that. Maybe it would have made it more real for me. I mean, it seemed very real enough.
I will tell you this. I was at a conference that I spoke at not long ago in South Carolina, and a person that was speaking at that conference as well was in possession of all of the most detailed and hideous videos, and he was a part of the White House task force that was showing these. And he had a thing at his church where he brought in invitation only. There was like 100 pastors came in, and they showed for like 3 hours stuff.
Oh my.
And he said, Pastor Larry, he said, I'm going to tell you something. You never forget it. It haunts you. He said people were literally throwing up in his church. They were running out of his church, throwing up in his foyer because we can't comprehend because here's the thing. The videos that they were showing were the videos being taken by the terrorists to brag on what they were doing. They were killing, and then the video wasn't good enough, and then they were propping them up and then acting like they were killing them again to make a better video. They were literally doing things to become viral, to make a good video, get perfect angles of it, to show it in depth. He said you can't even imagine. He said, the worst thing you can think of, and it's 10 times worse than that.
Gotta be. I mean, even Hollywood cuts away.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Right. So since then, let's be real. Since then, there's been a lot of questions come out. There's been a lot of things. Of course, the pro-Palestinian movement has just taken over the world. And we know that it's not organic. Come on, let's be honest. We know.
Had a protest in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Marching the streets, chanting with the flag and so forth. I mean, can you imagine the intensity and the frequency and how big the crowds were at the biggest universities, at other places?
Thank you for that super chat, Mike.
Thank you for that.
And
this has touched the world.
Yeah, and I want to say this too. I have compassion for the Palestinian people.
Yes.
I mean, I believe the last I heard is like 66,000 have been killed in the war.
These are families. These are women. These are children.
Yeah.
They need a decent place to live.
Right.
Just, even basic sanitary and food, come on.
So we're not going to go way down this rabbit hole,
No.
but there are legitimate questions that, I am a supporter of Israel. I make that very clear. As a man of God, I support the nation of Israel.
Yes.
I do not subscribe to the replacement theory that the Christians replaced Israel. I still believe Israel has a place in God's heart. Mm-hmm. I do believe that every Jew has to be saved, just like me and you had to be saved. I believe that. Right. They have to come through Jesus. But there are legitimate questions. It is amazing that they have the most powerful intelligence. Some people believe more than the CIA with the Mossad, but yet they supposedly didn't see this coming. And there's this, there's questions about, was there a stand down order made to where they could finish this off? They could take us where we're at. Who knows? Bottom line is, we'll never know. There's all kinds of questions. So we're coming up on 2 years now.
Yes.
It's like now we have become desensitized to war and to graphic views of war. We've got the Ukrainian war still going on. We've got the war against Gaza. We've already forgot about what happened with Hezbollah. Where's Hezbollah? They've just been quiet right now. They've not gone away. I mean, they're still in place. You've got, let's not forget, it wasn't that long ago, the United States went into Iran and bombed nuclear facilities. I mean, it feels like it's forever ago.
Like a couple of months ago, this happened?
Exactly. So it's like we have just been so desensitized that there's no way we'll ever know the truth. So I'll make it very clear. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. That does not mean you don't support the people.
And I want to make it very clear. I don't think that it's only Israel's job to try to take care or figure out another solution. I mean, there are, at least one surrounding country,
Egypt,
that
I'll say it,
at least at first didn't want to do anything
Egypt
to help people.
Egypt has a wall, a gigantic wall between them and Gaza.
Where's your compassion for women and children? I mean, yeah, we understand there's a lot of bad guys out there. There's tunnels, there's all of this stuff. But, could you have a little compassion to make sure that there's sanitation and food and medical supplies for women and children.
Right. Yeah, and then there's videos of that, just thousands of tons of aid rotting, rotting.
Right.
It's just out there in the sun.
This goes on and on and on. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. So people are saying in the live chat, and I tend to agree with what I've seen by a few of you, that says there's a difference between supporting the Israeli people and the Israeli government. And, look, I love my country.
Yes.
But I do not necessarily, I started saying not necessarily, I don't trust our government. Okay. I don't trust our government. I love our country, but there are people that are in high places in Washington that I believe are actively working against this country. So it's like there are people that I believe are demonically infused into the United States of America. And I believe they're demonically infused into every country in the world.
I believe that too.
Because they're called principalities. These demons are trying to control nations.
Well, was it not Russia who said, yeah, we're going to destroy America from within?
From within. Yeah.
So what does that mean? Infiltrated, sleepers. I'm sure a lot of you watched the series America with a K, right? That's exactly how it happens.
All right. So look, Gaza peace talks are taking place in, of all places, as we just mentioned, Egypt. Though significant issues remain to be hashed out between Israel and Hamas, some are saying that after 2 years of death and destruction, a breakthrough may be near. Under pressure to end the war in Gaza after 2 brutal years of combat, negotiators for Israel and Hamas met on Monday with mediators in Egypt to begin discussing a sweeping peace plan presented by President Trump last week. Carolyn Leavitt, the White House press secretary, said on Monday afternoon that technical talks, in quotes, were underway in Egypt involving parties from all sides. Much still remains unresolved. The indirect talks between Israel and Hamas, mediated by the United States, Qatar, and Egypt, are likely to focus on 2 aspects of the 20-point proposal that Mr. Trump unveiled: exchanging Israeli-held Palestinians for captives taken in the October 7th, 2023 Hamas-led attack that set off the war, and an Israeli pullback from parts of Gaza. Israel believes that about 20 hostages are still alive in Gaza and also seeks the remains of about 25 others. Marco Rubio told Fox News Sunday that Hamas had agreed to the president's hostage release framework. Under the plan, the hostages will be exchanged for 250 Palestinian prisoners serving life sentences and 1,700 Gazans jailed by Israel during the war. For every hostage whose remains are unreleased, Israel will also release the remains. So for every hostage whose remains are released, Israel will also release the remains of 15 Gazans. While the plan calls for the release of the hostages within 72 hours of Israel agreeing to it, that would be logistically difficult, experts say, and the 2 sides have yet to agree on which Palestinian prisoners will be released. They're going over the list of both the Israeli hostages as well as the political prisoners who will be released, and those talks are underway. So there's a 20-point plan that was put in place by Donald Trump.
And a 20-point plan, 20-point plan. Was that 1,500 and 1,700?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good deal for the other guys.
Of course.
You think?
Yeah. That's always going to be that way. And let's continue on that theme by saying Hamas is said to have demanded numerous key terror chiefs, October 7th participants, be freed in exchange for hostages. So listen to this. Channel 12 News, this is from the Times of Israel, sets out what it says are a series of Hamas demands that the terror group is going to make in the talks in Egypt. Among these is a Hamas demand for the release of several of the most notorious Palestinian terrorists in exchange for the hostages. These include Marwan Barghouti, the Fatah Tanzim chief, jailed for multiple murders in the Second Intifada. And then it goes on to list several others. Some of these are serving 45 life terms for orchestrating the killing of numerous Israelis and Hamas West Bank commanders. goes on and on and on.
Can I just stop and say a
Yeah.
prayer? Please, dear God, do not let these monsters be released under any circumstances.
But let me tell you what's going to happen. I hear that prayer, and I hope your prayer works. But the terrorists, they've got the hostages, and Israel is so determined to get those hostages back, they're willing to do this. They're going to release mass murderers in exchange for innocent people, and even exchange for dead bodies, to try to put some kind of closure
I
to
do
this.
understand the absolute desperation of getting the remaining hostages that are alive and even the remains of those back, but I don't know. Maybe they're confident they can quickly recapture. I don't know. Just the thought of these people being loose again.
Now, look at this right here, because in my opinion, and I hope I'm wrong, I hope this does come to an end, but, you know, there's never going to be fully peace there until Jesus comes back. We all know that. In fact, Jesus warned us, when they start saying peace and safety, when they start saying they've accomplished peace, look out. Sudden destruction is coming upon the midst of a woman. But look at this. Trump peace plan will not be implemented until all hostages in Israel, Netanyahu says. Now, this is the key point of this article here. No part of the U.S. President Donald Trump's peace plan will be enacted until all 48 hostages are returned to Israeli territory, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said during a meeting with the families of the fallen. Additionally, Netanyahu stated that if the hostages are not released by Trump's deadline, Israel will resume fighting with full backing from all involved countries. In fact, there is another article out there somewhere where Trump says, if you don't do this, I've told Bibi, go and unleash, his words, hell, and finish it. So I got a feeling that somebody, whether it's a false flag or not, somebody's going to do something that's going to seem really stupid to mess this up. And it's going to be right on the verge. And then all of a sudden, it's going to be full-on war.
Everybody's going to go ballistic.
Everybody's going to go. I hope I'm wrong on that, but it just sort of feels like that's where it's headed.
I totally hope that you were wrong on that.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Don't let it be.
But then there's this, you know, there's a lot of people saying that Trump and Netanyahu are getting a little ill with each other right now.
Just in a couple of clips I've seen, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. So here's one here from Axios. Trump says to Netanyahu on Gaza talks, you're always so negative. Yeah. So it says when Hamas came back with a yes, but to President Trump's Gaza peace proposal on Friday, Trump called Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu to discuss what he saw was good news. Netanyahu felt differently. Quote, Bibi told Trump, this is nothing to celebrate and this doesn't mean anything. Trump fired back. I don't know why you're always so negative. This is a win. Take it. Wow. And of course, Axios is a very liberal news organization, but it says why this matters. The exchange, which is the second U.S. official confirmed, reflects how determined Trump is to push through Netanyahu's reservations and convince him to end the war in Hamas and make a deal. So, yeah. There's that. So, you know, I thought they were best friends.
Yeah, besties. Why was he here? He flew in for what seemed like a few hours last week, right?
Well, he was at the United Nations. They were all at the United Nations. They all made their speech at the United Nations.
Yeah. Bromance seems to be having a few problems lately.
So Billy says, Bibi doesn't want peace. He wants Gaza. Interesting. Very interesting. You know what else I want? I want everybody to go to LarryRagland.com. That's what I want. I want you to go to LarryRagland.com. And when you go there, I want to give you a free gift. Go up to the top right-hand corner of the yellow banner. Click on Get Your Free Gift. Many of you have done that. Over 1,000 of you have already downloaded The Burning Generation. If you haven't got it, what are you waiting on? You need to know who you are in God right now, because you got to be prepared and equipped for what is coming. This is free, no cost, no credit card required, no obligation. All I want you to do is join my email list called the Noah Generation. Put your name, your email, that's it. And download your free book. It's a PDF. You can read it on your desktop. You can read it on your phone, read it on your tablet. Doesn't matter. LarryRagland.com/free, or just go to LarryRagland.com and click Get Your Free Gift. And I believe it'd be a blessing to you.
Absolutely.
Let me know in the live chat if you have read it yet.
Please let us know if
and what you think about it. So there's more things that are going on. There's things that are going on in our country as well. Trump continues to send troops, National Guard troops and federal troops into cities.
Yes.
Starting with Washington, D.C., and now he's in Chicago. He's in Portland. A lot of stuff's going on.
Memphis,
baby. I can't say Memphis without saying Memphis. Thank you very much. I just want to say, okay. But so this is really heartbreaking. This is the state of our country. Shocking audio. Chicago police commanded not to help the cornered feds. Dispatcher taken back. BP chief rips Governor Pritzker. Now this is unbelievable. If this doesn't scream insurrection, I don't know what does. The radical left's hatred for law and order has reached new lows in Chicago, where Democrat thugs ambushed federal agents. I'm going to call them, instead of Democrat thugs, I'm going to call them thugs, ambushed federal agents and local cops who ordered to stand down. On Friday, October 4th, in Broadview, Illinois, a Chicago suburb, DHS officers on routine patrol were rammed and boxed in by 10 vehicles, including one driven by an armed woman who posted online threats to blank up ICE agents. Flagged in an intel bulletin for doxing and inciting violence, she forced the agents to fire defensive shots, wounding her. Miraculously, no feds were seriously hurt. But the real shocker, Chicago PD, under Governor J.B. Pritzker's thumb, refused to assist, abandoning the scene as a hostile crowd swelled. Shocking dispatch audio confirmed it. Agents were actively en route when the stand-down order came, leaving the dispatcher audibly taken back before relaying the message, "This is an insurrection. Whoever gave the stand-down order needs to be arrested." Oh, and I'm going to see if I've got, this is the audio. This is the audio of actual, federal agents calling 911 because they feared that they were going to be taken out.
Okay. Any kind of particular hairstyle, just younger, male, Hispanic, on foot, wearing all black?
No hairstyle.
Okay, 10-4. And one is for the hit and run. This guy fled from the scene at 37th Place in Kedzie. It all started at I-55 in Kedzie. Then they fled southbound at Kedzie, where that offending vehicle crashed. They ran the federal agent off the road. They fled on foot westbound 37th Place from Kedzie. It was a male Hispanic younger wearing all black clothing. 99.
Yeah, send the cars in that direction. Have them stay put 2 or 3 blocks away, all right? Have them hold tight until I give you further direction, please.
Okay, 10-4. And for the units responding to 39th Place in Kedzie per 999, if you guys can just, for the units responding to 39th Place in Kedzie, if you guys can start heading there as quick as you can, and then just hold tight for instructions with 999.
All right, listen to this.
999.
999.
For the chief of patrol, clear everybody up. We're not responding over there.
Isn't it interesting that it's 999? If I want to really get technical, that's 666 upside down.
Radio check.
Listen, right
And
here.
again, per the chief of patrol, we have.
Per the chief of patrol. Listen to, she is shocked. This is the dispatcher. She is shocked what she has to tell the police. Listen to this. Per the BP leader.
All the units that per 999, chief of patrol said all units clear out from there. We're not sending anybody over to that location.
62, we're going to clear out as soon as we can, Spot. We're like locked in over here, so we're going to do the best we can to get out of here as soon as we can.
Unbelievable. Per the police chief.
So
everybody out and know that we're not sending anyone to help.
So they basically
Unreal.
got put into a kill box,
Absolutely.
surrounded by 10 vehicles.
Absolutely.
So I glanced over a minute ago, and Barry had
Yeah,
a
I saw that. I
comment
saw that.
that we're going to be getting National Guard sent to Birmingham.
I have not heard that.
I've not heard that, but
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, it's murder central over here.
Yeah, it is.
It is ridiculous. With you judged by a per capita basis,
Yeah.
we're ranking up there with some of the large cities.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. So this is the leader here of the ones that were boxed in. Listen to what he said.
So the governor saying that you guys aren't doing anything to make the community safer. What would you say in response to him?
You know, I don't think the governor has ever stepped foot near a trained Aragua member or MS-13 member or any other bad person or bad thing. So he probably wouldn't understand exactly what we're talking about. It might be way over his head. But don't worry, Governor Pritzker, we've got it covered from here. And this is just the beginning. Tonight's just the beginning. And we're going to roll on and on. We are going to turn and burn, Governor. We're going from this one to the next, to the next, to the next, until they quit or are all deported and go home. And as far as him, he can either get on board or watch from the sidelines.
Wow.
That was pretty bold. That was to the governor of the state of Illinois.
Sure.
And, you know, then there's come on, let's be real. Then there's the thing about, okay, we're doing this, and it's obviously we're going after the gangs, we're going after crime, and once he goes in, cities are saying, yeah, this is safer. The public is saying we're safer. But then you start asking, what happens now that this precedent is set with the military in the cities? I started to call this show "Is Martial Law Coming?" because it just sort of feels like that maybe this is setting the groundwork for something bigger.
Well, listen, the more it's done, the more it's out there. It seems like we kind of are getting into a rhythm where, okay, this is happening, gonna have to deal with it. But my thoughts are some of these criminals, like gang members, et cetera, they have some pretty impressive weaponry themselves. So at what point are they willing?
Yeah.
Because it's like they haven't shown their hand yet. Are they waiting on something for things to get to a certain level to feel like at that point is when we need to show our hand and show you what we have?
Well, speaking of what we have, let me just say this without getting flagged. You have to do what you have to do for your own safety, but this is why the Second Amendment.
Yes.
I mean, come on. You ever seen that comedian? He goes, come on. It's the second thing they said. I mean, it was so big. They said, okay, number one, free speech and go worship. And the second one is there so that you can have the first not being taken away from you. Yeah. So he's like, all these other things about.
What was his name? I know you guys know his name. I used to know his name. I used to be able to quote his name all the time.
Is that the one that's got the funny last name? Bert or something?
No,
I can't remember. But he's like, it's the second thing that they said.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, somebody said in the live chat I just saw, and it's chilling to say this. We have got very soon. We're going to be in a place in many of these cities where you have to be prepared to not get the help from your police department and from your government.
Right.
Depending on who's running it for political purposes. You may have to have a plan. You need to have a plan to protect your family and the ones that you love, and hoping that you'll get help. But what will you do if you don't? It's
absolutely
sad.
Well, let's go before that. You need to read the room. You need to understand that there are places you just don't need to go.
Right.
I mean,
I
am already embracing the idea that there may be places not that far from where I live that I don't need to be at nighttime. Roads I don't need to be on at nighttime. I mean, that's not fair.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's not right.
You know, I would never have thought this 5 years ago, 3 years ago, that in my country, in my own familiar surroundings, I would feel like I wasn't safe. But that day is fastly approaching.
Yep. Well, look at what the mayor of Chicago. This is a absolute communist. And they're, think about the two cities, Chicago and New York. New York's about to have a communist running it. You got a communist running in Chicago. Insurrectionist Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson claims that Trump supporters, not just Trump supporters want a rematch of the Civil War. Let me see if I can get this video to play. I got to do something real quick. Right,
Lord help us.
Okay, so I can get this video to play because y'all, I watched this video. Here it is. Watch this right here. This is literally what the mayor of Chicago said in regards to forces being on the ground there trying to make people feel safe.
I said very candidly that the right wing in this country wants a rematch of the Civil War. I want that to sit in right now because the President of the United States of America has declared war on the people of Chicago and people across America.
That's right.
He's more interested.
He's declared war on the people of Chicago. The lady in the back is just like, that's right, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to finish playing this. I think I need to back it up and play it again. But it's only a minute. I'm going to let it play it a little bit over a minute. But this is the mayor of one of the largest cities in the world, not just America, in the world, saying that if you are on the right side, a conservative, if you are a Trump supporter, you want a rematch of the actual Civil War.
I said very candidly that the right wing in this country wants a rematch of the Civil War. I want that to sit in right now because the President of the United States of America has declared war on the people of Chicago and people across America.
That's right.
He's more interested in giving billions of dollars to other nations while farmers in urban cities around this country are literally being destabilized. And so whether it's the legal system, whether it's through executive order, or whether it's through the brave women and men who are serving as rapid responders. We literally have people who are volunteering in this city on the southwest side, the northwest side, all over this city to make sure that we're protecting children from being separated from their families. And we're talking about volunteers who are literally putting themselves at risk of being shot and killed by the federal government. And so whether it's the legal system, whether it's our continuous struggle for liberation through organizing, and whether it's through executive action or whether it's through law, it would be nice if we actually had lawmakers in Washington that would actually hold this president accountable. And if they won't do it, then the city of Chicago will, using every single tool that's available to us.
Well, while he says that, there are at least some citizens, maybe even some local officials, who are appreciative of the help of arresting actual criminals. But yeah, I'm on the side of, I'm a little leery. The more this happens, the more it's normalized. I don't know that I want to live in a country where this is just the new norm all over the place.
Exactly.
Maybe they need to come in and make a strong statement. We are here for this length of time. We are here with this goal. Once we accomplish this, we'll be on our merry way, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, he's going to radicalize some people.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. The irony of what he just said is actually what many in Antifa and other paid protesters like that really want. They really want a civil war, not a replay of the actual Civil War, but civil war in the streets. And that's what it looks like. Some of these streets in some of our major cities look like war zones. Yes. I mean, it literally is that way. And that is the ultimate goal of this whole thing, is to create, to turn on each other.
And everyone out here in chat, a question. If that is true, and I'm not saying just because he said it, he really, really feels that way. If that were the absolute truth and he wanted to see a civil war happen, to what end?
Right.
What is his agenda and end goal? Does he know what this looks like and what the absolute outcome would be if that were to happen? Because I am he don't even
care. He don't even care. This is not about anything other than the hate for Donald Trump.
Maybe.
It is like, I don't know. Look, I do not think Donald Trump hung the moon. I mean, I got some serious problems with Donald Trump. But here's the thing. He is a lightning rod, and these people lose their mind.
They do.
I mean, when you're saying things like this, it is simply because the former administration going all the way back. Watch this. Some of y'all thought I was going to go back to Obama. No, all the way back to W. W started bringing the illegal immigrants in himself. He had an opportunity to shut the border. He's the one that started the whole process that Obama.
H-1B visa?
No, opening up the borders.
Just opening
and
up.
saying that what was his guy that's on Fox News that has the whiteboard all the time?
Karl Rove.
Karl Rove was the leader of this group of people that said we need them for industry. We need them for industry. So George Bush didn't do anything to stop it. Then Obama took it to the next level. Trump tried to stop it. They shut him down. He didn't have the help that he needed. He was out of office. And then Biden opened it wide open.
Yes.
So it's like we are here. And you look at some of the protests, this is not anti-immigrant, this is not anti-Mexico or Venezuela, whatever. Right. But you look at the protests, there's not an American flag anywhere. If it's a pro-Palestinian, it's Palestinian flags. If it's pro-Mexico, it's Mexican flags. And then when you look at Antifa, there's not the only time you see an American flag in one of these Antifa protests is when they're burning it. And it's like, so this is an attack against this country. Yes. I'm an American. I'm a child of God before I'm anything else. I pledge my allegiance to my God. But as far as a country, I'm proud to be an American. Yes. And I can see, it breaks my heart to see America going into this. And I agree with you that I do not want the new norm to be in every one of our cities. It looks like something straight out of a movie. There needs to be a timeline. Yes. But you and I both know, Sandy, whether it's Donald Trump or whoever comes in after him, once the precedent is set,
I know.
The other side will just go in and say, look, don't put it.
The more it's normalized, the more normal it becomes. It just becomes entrenched into society.
Yeah.
Let's just face it, we get numbed and dumbed down to, just like taxes, just like open borders, just like everything. This is our new reality. We've just got to find a way to deal with it.
Here's what I don't want to see. But if something happens and a liberal Democrat becomes the president after Donald Trump, they will declare climate emergencies in red cities that are not obeying the green agenda, and they will bring in troops to enforce the green agenda because the precedent has been set. So I understand what Donald Trump is doing. I support trying to make our cities safer. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But how many things have we ever known, big picture? Let's be real, because we're trying to be right down the middle here. We're trying to be fair and balanced, or whatever you want to call it. How many things have you ever seen the United States government do for our good and a policy put in place that they ever retracted, that they ever took back?
Wow, I'm going to have to roll my pants legs up because it's getting a little deep in here tonight.
What are you trying to I ain't spitting out mess.
No, it's just, it's too much truth.
It's too much truth. You can't handle the truth.
It's a truth flood.
It's a truth flood.
Can't deal with it.
Yeah. Well, look, this is the video that we were talking about earlier. This is when the cars got rammed. Look at this. Mute this. I don't know why they're playing music on this. Crazy. But look, the white truck is a federal ICE truck. The black SUV was protesters. Here comes another one. Why are they all driving very nice, exactly the same SUVs?
Man, those protesters are so coordinated.
They're driving what looks like government SUVs. Look at them.
Just rammed into them. And
then they get out and start running. Look, she tries to get away. They block her in. This is just one of the rammings that happened. The one we did the 911 call about, there were 10 vehicles surrounding ICE agents. This is what's going on in our cities. Let's ask the question here. Look, this is the federal, but I want to go back to this, and I want to pause it. I want to look at this. All right, so look.
Let's get that tag number.
It would look like, when I first saw this, I thought the government vehicle was the black vehicle.
Me too.
Okay, that's what I first thought.
First glance, that's what I thought.
Okay, but the black vehicle is the protester. Look how nice a vehicle. And then watch when the next one comes in and tell me if it doesn't look exactly the same. Here it comes. Here it comes. Is that not almost the same exact vehicle?
This is for sure the second vehicle.
That's the second vehicle. Watch it, because it rams the other vehicle. Watch.
Black SUV.
And they ram into each other.
I have to look at this screen over here. I can see better on this one.
Yeah. Look, here comes another one. Comes another one.
Yeah.
They're the same vehicles.
Like I said, very coordinated.
I think that's government there. I think. But I don't know. But the white vehicle was the government vehicle. So this is what we're dealing with. This is what is happening in our cities. And these are not, probably the truth is, none of these people even live in Chicago. I mean, there might be a handful of them, but most of them are bussed in, brought in, paid.
So you're saying it looks like it's well-funded and well-coordinated.
Well-funded and well-funded, yeah.
Jacob Eaton says planted chaos.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Good call, Jacob.
Well, let's do one more. Trump has said that he's going to send 400 Texas National Guard troops to Illinois as anti-ICE protests continue to rage. So, I mean, he just went and got some cowboys.
Exactly.
He just said, okay, I'm going to go to Texas and get the National Guard.
Mess with Texas.
Don't mess with Texas. President Trump is deploying 400 Texas National Guard troops to Illinois, Oregon, and other states as swarms of anti-ICE protesters continue to clash with federal agents, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker said Sunday night. There's 100 consecutive days outside an immigration detention center is where they're protesting. Democrats blasted Trump's invasion hours after the president mobilized 300 California National Guard members to Portland, where unrest has raged over 100 consecutive days outside an immigration detention center, a scene that has been playing out in Chicago since September. We must now start calling it what it is, Trump's invasion. And every American needs to speak up and help stop this madness. But no statement of invasion that happened on the southern border. But American troops going in for the protection of a city is an invasion.
Yeah. How about that? How many of these large ICE facilities do you think we have?
I have no idea. Good ask.
So once they are taken in and processed there, I wonder how long they stay there. What happens next? Are they sent somewhere else?
How many ICE detection centers do we have? Is it called detection center? Detention centers. Let's see. If you meant ICE detention centers, there are over 190 facilities that ICE uses for detention in more than 40 states and U.S. territories. 190 detention centers in 40 different states.
Does that include Alligator Alcatraz?
I'm sure it does.
Is that place still open?
Yeah, it is. Comes and goes. Well, you having fun?
So much.
Well, let's continue with this fun tonight. And by the way, thank you for everybody getting in the live chat tonight. We have really seen some significant growth here. We just appreciate all the ones that are subscribing. Last week we tried to get over 23,000 by the end of the show. We did not make it, but as you can see, since last week we are over 23,000 and it's still growing. Right. So if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you watch it on Facebook or X or Rumble, go over to YouTube and help us build it there, because we love all those platforms, but YouTube is the main focus to put everything there because it's the second largest search engine in the world, only behind Google. So when people are searching for help, they go to Google, go to YouTube for it. We want to be available to get to the big picture.
I want to add that last week and the week before are the highest Monday night numbers that we have seen.
Yep.
And we thank you for that. Just share.
Yep.
And We want to get this message out. We want to grow this family.
Well, breaking news. Who saw this coming? The odds-on favorite for the Nobel Peace Prize is Donald Trump. I will still be shocked if they actually do it. Right. I mean, I just can't imagine the world will melt down if he. And by the way, let's remember, Barack Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize. Can anyone tell me what peace he negotiated? I mean, I'm not anti-Obama. I'm just really wanting to know. Remember, when he got it, the war was in, there was conflicts all over the world. What did he negotiate peace to? We've got multiple wars now that have, at least at the very minimum, been paused or even stopped under this administration. It's not even been a year. But the hostage families are urging the Nobel Committee to give Trump the Peace Prize, saying he brought us light in our darkest time. Families of hostages held in Gaza urged the Norwegian Nobel Committee to award United States President Donald Trump the Nobel Peace Prize this month over his efforts to secure the release of their loved ones. The Hostages and Missing Families Forum, which represents the majority of hostages relatives in Israel, say in a statement that they sent a letter this morning to the committee set to announce this year's laureate on Friday against the backdrop of imminent negotiations in Egypt over the implementation of the first stage of Trump's plan to end the war in Gaza. Under that plan, all 48 remaining hostages will be freed in the next 72 hours. President Trump's comprehensive plan to release blah, blah, blah. From this moment of his inauguration, Trump brought us light through our darkest times. They continue. In the past year, no leader or organization has contributed more to peace around the world than President Trump. While many have spoken eloquently about peace, he has achieved it. We strongly urge you to award President Trump the Nobel Peace Prize because he has vowed he will not rest and will not stop until every last hostage is back home. So I want to know your opinion, and I want to know in the live chat, do you think they will actually, by the way, thank you for that super chat, Sandy. But will they actually give him the Nobel Peace Prize? What is your thoughts? I find it hard to believe they'll actually do it.
It seems like that is just going to be a bridge too far. I mean, I love talking about this, the possibility, we're trying to get it done, but I kind of lean towards no, that they won't be able to get that done. And I want to welcome, I believe it was Candace Meyer, was it British Columbia?
Okay, come on in, Candace.
Said she was watching live for the first time.
Wow.
Welcome. Family, please welcome her for the very first time.
Well, I'm sure we got several first-timers, so we want to welcome all.
I want to welcome all first-timers here.
I always know when we got first-timers because I look up there and we got one thumbs down. So that was somebody that jumped in there and said, don't like them.
I'm out.
Or it could be somebody that accidentally hit it and check and see if you accidentally gave us the thumbs down. And some of y'all hit it because y'all hear me smash the like button and you think it's Facebook and you're watching on YouTube and you like it, then you unlike it. Then you like it, then you unlike it.
Just once.
Smash it just one time.
Only once.
But you know what? You know what, Sandy, what I'm craving right now?
I have no idea.
I am craving a good old corn dog.
Oh, too bad.
Too bad.
You out of luck.
4 million pounds of Foster Farms corn dogs recalled.
Oh, boy.
For wood contamination? Wood contamination in a corn dog? We probably shouldn't be eating corn dogs anyway. Let's be real. I mean, come on. Is there anything healthy in a corn dog?
There's probably so many carcinogens and
Yeah.
bad things for you in those. But you know what they say.
Yeah. What do they say?
All this food is probably going to the DUMBs, deep underground military bases or the underground
The military
seas,
people need their corn dogs.
or the survival, whatever they call it, the bunkers, whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But it wasn't just corn dogs.
What else was it? Let me see. Chicken, corn dogs, turkey products, nearly 4 pounds of chicken, corn dogs, and turkey products.
Approaching Thanksgiving. And you're going to take the turkey away?
Oh, no.
You're a turkey.
Get your hands off my turkey. I'm going to have a turkey sandwich, and I'm going to have a turkey leg.
We need that turkey for that giblet gravy and everything. Thank you for that super chat, Dark Horse.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
But seriously, you said 4 million pounds.
4 million pounds. 4 million pounds.
I wish.
That's a lot of corn dogs.
That I had kept a tally of every time we talked about food recalls on this news show and just kept up with how many pounds and what kind
It's
of
in
meat.
the trillions now.
It's a lot.
As far as
because
pounds.
It's been fresh meat. It's been frozen foods. What else has it been?
Think about all the chickens that were killed.
Oh, yes.
All the chickens, all the cows that were killed.
True.
I mean, that you're talking about food that was recalled. We're talking about we've covered thousands, tens of thousands of animals that were killed before it ever got to the
Cold
process.
and slaughtered because of the wow-wows. What you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about the bird flu.
The bird flu.
The bird flu stuff. I'm talking about it wasn't that long ago. We were covering chickens being killed by the tens of and hundreds of thousands.
You're saying even that was a cover.
Yeah,
For
think of that super chat, Vic.
collecting,
Yeah.
Thank you, Vic, for collecting and sending it to the survival bunkers. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. Or population control.
Population control?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, come on. Well, let me tell you something about Trump. You have to say one thing about Trump. Trump is a showman. There's no doubt he's a showman.
I believe he was an actor previously in another life.
Yeah, well, he would say he wasn't an actor. He would say he was an entertainer.
Entertainer.
He was an entertainer.
Because those are so different.
He was a builder
of
buildings.
Okay.
And but the bottom line is this: he's about to be 80, and in Trump's style, if y'all have not heard this, Donald Trump on his 80th birthday is going. Okay, that's he ain't talking about. But on his 80th birthday, he is going to have on the White House lawn a historic UFC fight at the White House. President Donald Trump announced Sunday that the White House will host a UFC fight on June 14th, coinciding with his 80th birthday in what organizations say will be one of the most historic sports events.
Is he putting in
ever.
that new room he just built? What are we doing?
I don't know yet. Trump made the announcement during the remarks at Virginia, where he joined celebrations for the Navy's 250th anniversary. The president highlighted major milestones during his second term, blah, blah, blah. And on June 14th next year, we're going to have a big UFC fight at the White House, right at the White House on the grounds.
Outside, the Rose Garden.
Trump said he did not mention that the day also marks his own milestone birthday. UFC fighter Conor McGregor confirmed last week that he will take part in the match. The White House previously confirmed to The Hill that the event will feature a full slate of activities, including fireworks and light shows, weigh-ins at the Lincoln Memorial, Lord, and fan experiences spread across the National Mall. The UFC Octagon will be constructed on the South Lawn to host the fight, which Trump first teased in July. UFC Chief Executive Dana White, a longtime ally of the president, announced in August that the event was officially underway. The White House fight is on. And he says, in a video, says, we got it done today on August 28th. Supporters of the event have framed it as a centerpiece of America's, semi-quincentennial celebrations. This is one of the greatest and most historic events, sports events in history. And President Trump hosting it at the White House is a testament to his vision to celebrate America's monumental 250th anniversary.
Do you think it's going to be one of the greatest and most historic
I'm
sporting
just reading
events?
the news. That's Andy. I'm
just asking you the question.
It's hard for me to believe it would be one of the biggest sporting events in history. But I don't think he's really talking about the sporting event. I think he's trying to say it's going to be a Washington-wide event here. And, of course, it's for the 250th anniversary of the country. It's really not anything to do with his 80th birthday.
No.
The announcement adds another layer of spectacle to a year already marked by significant milestones. The pairing of the president's 80th birthday with one of the UFC's largest events highlights Trump's flair for combining politics, entertainment, and patriotism in high-profile settings. The White House has not yet disclosed the full fight card and additional details about security measures and ticketing, but officials have emphasized that the event is intended to be both celebratory and widely accessible to the public. Wow. The greatest sports event in history.
Exactly. And you have, let's see, 8 months to prepare for all your shenanigans and evil doing.
Yeah, I was about to say, and it couldn't be any kind of target. I mean, you got that many people. I mean, you're talking about the security that's going to have to be in place.
Exactly.
How much is the security going to cost?
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, the event is not going to cost as much as the security. especially if you're going to do your weigh-in. You know what I'm talking about? When they show up and they get on the scales and they ain't got no any clothes on and they measure and all this kind of stuff. They're going to do the weigh-in at the Lincoln Memorial. Then they're going to have things at the Washington Mall. There'll probably be things at the Jefferson Memorial, around the Washington Monument. I mean, you're talking about the entire city is going to be an event to celebrate the birthday of the country, not the president.
Yep. I don't know.
It's going to be crazy.
A little sus to me.
And then we go back to the question that we're asking tonight. Is even something like this a massive distraction?
Yeah.
Of course it is. What? Look, can conspiracy minds, turn my head around.
Those conspiracy minds want to know.
Okay, now I'm going to get serious.
Oh, now you're going to get serious.
Now I'm going to get serious.
Okay, lean in.
I'm going to lean in, turn my hat backwards, and I'm going to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, while they are fighting on the White House lawn, weighing in at the Lincoln Memorial, we can't even imagine what's going to be going on behind the scenes that we may not recover from. The aliens may even show up. What if the aliens show up right in the middle of the fight and come right down on top of the UFC fight?
I cannot even imagine. I mean, there'll be so many cameras there, so many news associations right there. I guess it'd be a great time to announce their arrival. The news is already there.
Y'all, we're living in crazy times. Who would have ever thought that to celebrate the 250th anniversary of our country, we would have a UFC fight on the White House lawn? I mean, this is crazy. Okay. But here's some bad news and some sad news. And this is probably a sign of what is to come. Rite Aid is going out of business. Did you know that?
I hope you didn't cry too much.
I didn't cry too much. But what I'm trying to say is they had filed for bankruptcy, but they're gone. This is a major business.
Out of here.
This is a major business. This is very, very serious. Rite Aid and tell me some of the others. CVS, Walgreens,
CVS.
These were the ones. Remember when it wasn't that long, right before the Wham Wham? They were open 24 hours a day.
Right.
Remember, you could go get a prescription filled at 2 a.m. We covered that on the news here. We were like, why do we need to get a prescription filled at 2 a.m.? But we used to go to Walmart at 2 a.m. I mean, it's like everything changed. It wasn't just that it was a lockdown. When we came out of that lockdown, there was so much changed about the world that we've already forgotten about and moved on from.
And let's just point out, if you can't make it in the drug industry, pharmaceuticals,
that's a great point.
Prescriptions.
That's a great point.
That's like a flashing neon sign of just what's probably going on in this economy.
That is a great point. And look at this. When they filed bankruptcy just a few months ago, the company obtained $3.45 billion in loans as it carried out restructuring and dealt with dips in sales and opioid-related lawsuits. More than 520 Rite Aid pharmacies have closed since 23, which is about a quarter of the 2,111 open at the time of the bankruptcy filing.
Are you saying that they just had a great getaway?
Exactly.
They just got this money.
I mean, what's going to happen to that debt?
How many golden parachutes can you issue with that kind of money?
I mean, I don't know how all that works, but I mean, if you just go out of business, who pays that?
Yeah.
This company, look, the website for the company says it was founded in 1962. This company has been around since 1962, and Obamacare, healthcare, the Wham Wham, lawsuits.
Let me ask you this.
Crashed it.
Going back to the show opener tonight, talking about distractions, talking about the government shutdown, that we're expecting, jobs reports that are not coming out because the government shutdown is going on. What if they timed their announcement to coincide, if that government shutdown actually happened? This will be the exact time that we need to announce too, because this is crazy. You've got drug companies, pharmacies that can't make it. I don't know. Do we really even have a grasp of how bad the economy might just be?
I don't think we do. I don't think we do. I'll go
concerning.
further and say I don't think we have a grasp on anything that's happening to any industry, especially things that have numbers that come to us from the government or from corporate entities. Y'all, we are quickly moving into a world. The only thing that we really know is real is our family.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like you can't even trust your local news anymore. Yep. I mean, I want to trust my local news. They're like a part of my family. I mean, I watch them every morning, getting ready, watching the news, watching the weather.
Yes.
And I think they're good people. But I'm telling you, you have to be skeptical of anything you hear.
Yeah.
And
Of
I mean,
course.
I don't want to live like that, but it's the way we have to live.
Yes, exactly. Do you think that this Christmas season will tell the tale? But of course, that's hinged on, can we believe the reports that are given?
Right.
Because, all of that is.
Well, last year was supposed to be an all-time record.
Yeah.
Do you believe that?
I don't know if I believe that. And I was catching a few minutes of this channel called I Allegedly. I don't know if any of you have heard of him or follow him, but he was on a soapbox, and I only caught the first couple of minutes. He's like, Walmart is doing Black Friday type deals 5 weeks before Black Friday even is. Did you see it?
No, yeah.
Did you see the ads?
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know
I've
if
seen
any
it.
of you have seen these ads.
Best Buy too.
Target has, and I guess they have this every year, Circle Week. Is that what it's called?
Target?
Target.
Something like that. Because it competes with Amazon Prime Day.
Okay.
Amazon Prime Day starts this week.
Okay.
So they all try to compete with Amazon Prime.
So here we are. Now, Thanksgiving is, I think, like a week later than it was last year, which means technically a week less of the Christmas shopping, right?
Yeah, so they're getting ahead of that.
Because Thanksgiving kicks off the big Christmas shopping. But is he accurate? Is it so bad? Do they see the writing on the wall? Do they know? Do they already know? And they're getting out supposedly 5 weeks ahead of Black Friday with big deals.
Well, you know what? I'm a technology guy. And I
Yes,
used to
you
go
are.
to Best Buy all the time. And just like I'm just like everybody else.
What was
Everything
it?
changed.
They called you Pastor Gadget.
They called me Go Gadget Pastor. And because I am a technology guy, love technology.
Yes.
I used to go in Best Buy, where you would go shopping for shoes and stuff and just browse. I'd go in there and just browse electronics.
And I would come in there and I would declare, we have to go.
We have to leave this place.
You must
You're
leave
not buying
this
anything.
place at once.
But where I'm going is, it's been so long. It was a long period of time that I didn't go to Best Buy because you don't need to anymore. And it's sad. We've all been programmed now. You can just get a better deal, get it faster, don't have to deal with the traffic.
Yeah.
But when we had the fire and we had to move into our temporary location for our church, there were some things that I immediately needed, so I had to go back to Best Buy. Y'all, I don't know how it is in your world where you live with Best Buy, but I walked into Best Buy, and I'm sure there's some Best Buy employees out there, but I'm going to tell you something. It was sad.
Did it break your heart?
It broke my heart.
What did you see?
No people. There was a few people, but it was nothing like it used to be. And I'm talking about, these are big ticket items. These are very expensive items. And
Do you think we're going to lose that store?
that's where I'm going. We lost the one that's closest to us. And I remember thinking, when I pulled into the parking lot at like 11 a.m. on a weekday, which would have normally been full, it was 10% of the cars that's normal. And I thought to myself, I wonder if this Christmas, at the most next Christmas, is going to be the end of retail as we know it. And
Whoa!
it just felt
You're
that
talking
way.
crazy talk.
I mean, it's
I
sad.
gotta take pause here and just process.
I want to cry right now. I love Best Buy.
Goodness gracious!
I love it.
It was like Christmas every time you went in there, wasn't it?
You ain't kidding. Well, I remember last Black Friday at the last, on Black Friday day, I went in there. It was the day after Black Friday, which is still supposed to be chaotic because they still had deals. Remember, they had Black Friday deals the next day too. And I had to buy like a little hard drive. And I'm thinking, okay, I told you, I don't know if you remember this. I said, it's going to be a few hours. I'm going to be in there to try to check out and all this. I was in there and out. There was like 10 people in line, buying something. I was like, this is not the typical Black Friday. Now, a lot of people was buying it online, but it's the world.
Sure.
The world has changed. The world has changed. I mean, y'all remember Circuit City? Look, all my technology people over there is talking about how much they love it too. Circuit City, man, come on.
Comp USA.
Comp USA. Oh, my heart. My heart. Oh, I remember those days.
Gig Squad.
Oh, that's Best Buy. They caught. Dude, the Circuit City days. Oh, Circuit City was pre-Best Buy. They were so much better than Best Buy.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Circuit City. I mean, I could literally stay in there for hours. I got to go. I'm reminiscing here.
Moving on.
The CDC, surprisingly, has ended the WAH recommendation, and informed consent is now back. Okay. The U.S. Center for Disease Control, the CDC, has abruptly walked back its years-long push for universal, and I think I can say COVID vaccination, announcing that the injections should be a choice now for each individual. The announcement is a stunning reversal that comes after mounting evidence of weak effectiveness and serious safety concerns. In a major shift, the agency no longer recommends the WAH shots for the general population. Instead, it now says that each person should weigh the risk and benefits with their doctor before making a decision. Informed consent is back, said CDC Acting Director Jim O'Neill. O'Neill admitted that the CDC's 2022 blanket booster push deterred healthcare providers from talking about risk and benefits of vaccination in individual patient or parent. That changes today. The new approach is describing a shared clinical decision making. Instead, it is supposed to be determined on a case-by-case basis between the doctor and patient. Shared clinical decision making recommendations are individually based and informed decision. And then, of course, it goes on to say, if this one is the same one, that they have now, let's see. This is the other part. The FDA recently withdrew emergency authorization for the shots altogether, narrowing approval to high-risk groups for 65 and older. But the other part I wanted to get to is something that deals with the children. Maybe that's the next article. But they are no longer advising the flu and some other vaccine that children have taken together for 20 years. It's not RSV, it's another one. But now they're saying it's not safe. Separate them across months.
What?
So, yeah. So
after 20 years?
Yeah, 20-something years, and they're backing off on it. So it's crazy. It's crazy the world we live in. So, yeah, I didn't see that coming. That surprised me out of nowhere. But that's just when you got new people in place that are not following the narrative, and that's got to be driving them people crazy to even have to do that because they are a believer in the WAH.
Yep.
You want to move on?
Let's do it.
All right. So last week we covered that the UK had adopted the universal digital ID. Now Switzerland, you mean the home of CERN and the home of Davos and the home of, get ready for it, 375,000 plus underground bunkers. You mean the home of the Red Cross, the home of the World Bank, the home of the second largest United Nations, the home of about 30 or 40 world organizations. That's Switzerland?
Yeah, that's the one.
The one that's,
ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, that's got the secret underground bunkers that are storing Hitler's stuff. I mean, Switzerland, y'all, go back and watch my Switzerland show. But now they are embracing the foundation of the mark of the beast.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me.
Sounds about right.
That tracks.
That tracks.
That tracks.
That definitely tracks.
Yeah.
You know what else tracks? And we predicted this was going to happen, and it just breaks my heart to admit it that we were right. I don't like to be right on things like this. Canadian euthanasia patients are now donating their organs transplanted into American is the first documented case of this happening. Now you say, well, what's the big deal about that? is because, let me just pause and just say before I read this article, is my prediction is they will be incentivized, they will be paid, and they will be talked into doing this for non-life-threatening diseases, non-incurable diseases, where they would be a cure, but they just want to check out. But there's be other industries saying we need to really talk them into this because we could get a heart, we could get kidneys, we could get eyeballs, we could get all this stuff. So it's a factory. It's a factory. So a Canadian man who received medical assistance in dying has become the first known donor to provide a heart for transplant, according to the doctors from the Ottawa Hospital and the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. Details of the procedure were published in the Journal of Heart and Lung Transplantation, where researchers described the first case of a successful cardiac transplant after MAID. And of course, MAID is the acronym for their assisted suicide.
Medical assisted.
Medical assisted something, can't remember what it stands for.
It was 50. No, the recipient was 59 years
So
old.
medical assisted suicide is now the second leading cause of death
in Canada,
in certain age groups in Canada. It is unbelievable. There's a Canadian right there. He's got a Canadian flag. MAID, medical assistance in dying. Unreal. Trudeau passed that. Yeah. So you are there and you're on the ground, and I think you feel, because you're awake, because you're out here on this channel.
Right.
I'm sure that you feel the same way we do. And let me tell you something. It's so easy to say, well, that's Canada. Well, no, every country there's always a test country.
Yes.
And then but the whole world's ready to do it. Yep. But they know that the whole world can't do it at one time. It will be rejected. So we got to find a country to do it in, so we can all just say, well, that's just Canada, or that's just Russia, or that's just, that's Israel.
Right.
That's just China. But and it's in America, it's like, well, that's just California. That's just New York. That's not in Alabama. But look, there's always a test, and then it's always going to roll out.
So I guess you're incentivized by saying, okay, well, you can end your misery by helping someone to receive your organ, and I guess there's a financial incentive.
Well, I mean, I don't. That's not saying that. I'm saying I believe that's where it's going.
Like, you can help your family out financially. I mean, I don't know.
Well, look, this is my theory. But look, this is where my mind goes. If you are, let's say because remember, we covered people are going through MAID for depression.
Yes.
They're going through MAID for they can't pay their bills.
Yes.
We've covered that here on this show.
Some people that are trending towards being younger.
Yes.
I mean, that's
younger. I mean, they're talking about,
wow.
We covered one person in Canada where they gave them the option. Look, you owe these medical bills.
Yes.
You can either have your family be burdened to pay this,
right,
or we can just take you out, and then you won't have the bills anymore. And the person chose, I can't pay this bill. This happened. So what is to stop someone from saying, okay, listen, we've run out of hearts. So look, we've seen your situation. You can pay your house off. Your kids will be taken care of. They'll get we just see that you have healthy organs. I mean, I hate that I'm going there in my mind, but this is the evil. When you allow evil to take over, there's no boundaries.
No,
there's no boundaries.
You don't know where it ends. And I'm just sitting here thinking, I'm seeing all of these American people making TikTok videos, making videos all over the place. I don't want to be alive anymore. Wow. I can't afford my life. I can't afford to live anymore, because some of them have lost their jobs. Some of them still have jobs, but between all of their expenses and taxes and insurance and everything, they realize there's no future. Or in their mind, they say, there's no future. There's no out for me. My life is only going to work and trying to survive. There's no money. There's no time. There's no energy for any hobbies, any outlet, any free time. My only hope is that I can barely scrape by and try to survive. And I just can't do it anymore. So I'm out.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then think about what the bots will be saying. The bots will be like, great idea.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about. They're programmed to look for things like that, the algorithm, and just they're so demonic. You live your truth. You do what you have to do for your family. And it just feeds that mental illness, that sickness, that maybe even demonic attack, that depression, that darkness.
Well, for some, it's not mental illness. It's just pure desperation.
Yeah. And then they're in a culture where that culture tells them, if you're desperate, then
if
the
we
best
start
thing you can do.
normalizing this in our country, the way it's heading towards normalization in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I don't know. The 24JC, he says, I don't recognize Canada now. We've been sold out to the World Economic Forum. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, let me just tell you something else that nobody's talking about, that we're being distracted from. Why are we being distracted from this? I want to read this headline to you. Over 100,000 Christians, since this all began with Boko Haram, have been killed in Nigeria. 100,000 have been killed, murdered, not by bombs in a war, which is bad enough, but by machetes, machine guns. The persecution of Christians in Nigeria has reached genocidal level, yet much of the world continues to look away. For more than a decade, jihadist groups such as Boko Haram and other radical Islamic branches have waged relentless campaigns, watch this, against their own people. And the only thing that is getting them killed is that they are Christians and not Muslims. In Africa, burning villages, destroying tens of thousands of churches, and wiping out entire communities with senseless violence. I want to read this headline again. 100,000 Christians have been killed in over the last decade. Other numbers are 80,000. It's 80,000 to 100,000, and 19 to 20,000 churches burned to the ground. Where are the protests in our college campuses for this? Where is the Nigerian flag? Where is the Christian flag? Because these are not just Nigerians being killed. These are specifically Christian Nigerians being killed. They are martyrs. They are being killed for their faith. The most persecuted faith in the world is not even close. It's Christianity. But nobody's talking about it because it's Christianity.
There you go. Ooh, that is a lot to even try to process. And what will it take? Who's going to speak up?
That is the question. Where's the help? That breaks my heart.
Certainly.
We need something to. We don't want to move away from that. That's because, in fact, I just feel like before I do anything, I said we just need to pray right now. Father, we just thank you, Lord, right now for all of the Christians around the world. God, we thank you, God, for your protection over them. It breaks our heart for these that have had their lives taken, that are being persecuted for their faith. God, we pray for the Christians of this world, but we also pray for every Christian that is alive, that they will not be overtaken by a spirit of fear. God, we just thank you. We rebuke fear. We're just trying to open our eyes to the demonic world that is out there, but you have given us victory over that. Greater is he that's within us than he that's within the world. I pray for peace on each and every person that's watching this live and on the replay in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
We need to be distracted. We need Jimmy.
The
Come on, Jimmy.
Supernatural AI Update. Brought to you by Uncle Jimmy.
It is the Supernatural AI Update. I tell you, Sadie, let's just tell it like it is. That's video gold.
It might be.
It is video gold.
It might be.
Yeah, so get those golden chicken. You already got a couple down there. The Golden Chicken Awards begin now.
Coming later.
So y'all start thinking about what you're going to nominate at the end of the show. If you're brand new to our show, it is the most exciting part of the program. It is the reason everyone is here while thousands are watching from around the world.
Definitely questionable on that statement. But even so, we plunge forward into the news.
How about this? You have issues, you have health issues, you're trying to keep a check on your blood pressure, and you're wearing, smartwatch, You just walking around the house, you're working, something happens with your blood pressure, and you need it to be monitored. Well, good news, everybody out there, Big Picture family, who saw this coming. Wi-Fi will now soon be able to monitor your heart rate without any gadgets.
No Fitbit.
It's just going to you're walking through your house, your Wi-Fi is going to be hitting you.
There you go.
Checking your heart rate.
And how does this work? Please tell us.
Here we go. Let's see how Wi-Fi is going to check our heart rate. Our heart rates could soon be measured by Wi-Fi signal alone with no wearable device needed. Traditionally, measuring heart rate requires some sort of wearable device, whether that be a smartwatch or a hospital-grade machinery. But new research shows how the signal from a household Wi-Fi device can be used to monitor heart rate with state-of-the-art accuracy without the need for a wearable. The proof of concept work shows that one day anyone could take advantage of the non-intrusive, I love how they say that, non-intrusive Wi-Fi-based health monitoring technology in their homes. The American team proves their technique, which they have dubbed PulseFi. Okay, instead of Wi-Fi, PulseFi. And it works with even low-cost Wi-Fi devices. Just, your device you already have. It works. It's a low-cost solution that could change the game. Scientists from the University of California, Santa Cruz designed a system for accurately measuring heart rate that combines low-cost Wi-Fi devices with a machine learning algorithm. It's always about the algorithm. Oh it's AI. Let's just tell it like it is. We're talking about AI right now.
Yes.
They explained that Wi-Fi devices push out radio frequency waves into physical space around them and toward a receiving device, typically a computer or phone. As the waves pass through the objects in space, some of the wave is absorbed into the objects, causing mathematically detectable changes in the wave. PulseFi uses a Wi-Fi transmitter and receiver, which runs PulseFi's signal processing and machine learning algorithm. The team trained the algorithm to distinguish even the faintest variations in signal caused by a human heartbeat by filtering out all other changes to the signal in the environment or caused by activities such as movement. The signal is very sensitive to the environment, so we have to select the right filters to remove all unnecessary noise. The researchers ran experiments with 118 participants and found that after only 5 seconds of signal processing, they could measure heart rate with clinical level accuracy.
Good grief.
At 5 seconds of monitoring, they saw only a half a beat per minute of error, with longer periods of monitoring time increasing the accuracy. The team found that PulseFi systems worked regardless of the position of the equipment in the room or the person whose heart rate was being measured, no matter if they were sitting, standing, lying down, walking. It doesn't matter. The system still performed well. So right now, who knows if your Wi-Fi is already doing this?
What did Nikola Tesla say? It's all about frequency. And 2 other things. But yeah, frequencies.
This is insane. Dr. E. Michelle Mickens, thank you for exposing this. These are our brothers and sisters in Christ being killed in Nigeria. Amen. They are. Yes, they are. And it's sickening to me that we're not talking about. I did a whole show on that. You can go back and look. It's just like last week, I did a whole show on the persecution of Nigeria. But y'all, a Wi-Fi signal, clinically accurate levels within 5 seconds. Like right now, it says it don't matter where you're at in the house. Doesn't matter if you're sitting, standing, walking, sleeping. Yeah. It can hit your body and within 5 seconds detect the beat of your heart and your blood pressure. And here's my question. It didn't even say it in the article. Where's that information going? And okay.
It's going to the cloud. And they're storing it all up in the cloud.
Here's my conspiracy mind kicking in. What's to say that they could not send a signal to your heart if you're not a good boy or girl? If they can identify your heart.
Yowzers.
And it's like, hey, bzz. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Y'all, this is a movie. We are living in a movie. Are we living in the Matrix? Are we in the Matrix? Is the Matrix real?
Wow.
Is the Matrix real?
I saw a story on our local news today. I think it was a segment called Tech Talk or something like that. And this guy, we've talked about this many times on the show, was talking about he had been out to lunch with a friend and was talking about a certain kind of hat that he liked to wear. And then when he got home later, his phone and his friend's phone started blowing up with ads about this particular kind of hat. And he was agitated and frustrated. And he was asking the question, anybody else having this issue happen to them? Yes. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
For a long time now. Years.
I forgot what we were talking about that night. We were having a conversation, and I thought something. I promise you, this is the truth. That had nothing to do with the conversation. We were talking about Facebook ads coming up because of what you're talking about.
Right.
I promise you, no conversation was had, no commercial was on, nothing. It was only in my head. I didn't even talk to you about it. The next day, I got an ad about it.
Yeah, well, we'd already done a story that they can reach.
People don't believe me when I tell them that. I'm telling you, it somehow read my mind.
We'd done a story.
Yes.
That they can read your mind through frequencies or whatever. No. I need some tinfoil.
There's too much in there.
Where's my tinfoil?
There's too much noise in there. I'm getting too much interference. I can't hone it in.
Okay. Moving on.
No, you'd say that about my mind. You know that. My mind is all the time going crazy.
Truly.
Hey, here's just a quick little tidbit for where everything's going. Y'all, how many out there's got one of them smart refrigerators? It's got the screen on it where you can watch videos and get recipes and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, guess what? You paid like $5,000 for that thing. And now guess what Samsung said? You're going to start getting ads on your refrigerator.
What took so long?
That's true. What took so long? But they're admitting it.
But I know you wouldn't trade it for anything because when you're sitting at your desk at work thinking about what I need to pick up at the store, you don't have to worry because you can look inside your refrigerator, right?
This is the Internet of Things.
Yeah.
Samsung's Family Hub refrigerators are being transformed into a digital ad billboard right in your own kitchen with a new software update. According to a new report, like it or not, owners of these premium models, anywhere from $1,700 up to $3,300, will now see ads on the refrigerator's front-facing monitor whenever it sits idle.
First, I just want to say 33 again.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
But,
Wait a minute. Look at okay. It says they've confirmed that offer promotions and curated advertisements, meaning interest-based. Remember, social media no longer exists. It's interest media. So they're going to tell you, that's what we're just talking about, Facebook. They're going to put ads on your refrigerator that's not going to be on your refrigerator that your neighbor's got, right, living right next to you. Y'all got the same refrigerator. Your ads are going to be geared to you because AI knows you better than you know you. Okay, but it goes on to say that you can even opt out of this software update. They said the only way you can stop it, and it's sort of a small workaround, is to turn the internet off. But they made a good point. They said if you turn the internet off, that defeats the whole reason you bought the stinking thing to begin with, because you wanted to use it on the internet.
You're trapped.
They got you.
You are trapped.
They got you. Your refrigerator's about to come alive.
Scripture reference says your crock pot is going to steal your bank info.
Scripture reference. Thank you for being in here tonight. She is one of the big moderators for Pastor Paul. So It's a blessing to have you in here with us tonight. But yeah, the refrigerators are going to turn. What's going to happen when the refrigerator and the toaster gets together and turns on us? And then the crock pot turns on us, and then the microwave decides it's going to blow up. I mean, I'm telling you, I know it sounds silly, but
conspire against you.
If it's hooked up to the internet and it's digital, and then we come to a world that is controlling every aspect of us,
right?
And now you're talking about reading our heart rates with Wi-Fi and all this, total control of your home.
Yes.
Your home, not the government, not Walmart, not Target, your home.
Okay, I want to add another caveat into that. Yes, you're talking about your home, but what if it gets so creepy that there are screens or monitors in Walmart or whatever restaurant or the hospital or fill in the blank? where when you are walking down the hall or the aisle or whatever, they know you, they recognize you through your device, and ads start popping up on screens and monitors in the hospital, in Walmart, at a restaurant.
That's going to happen.
What if it turns into you're on the highway or the interstate and there are electronic billboards and your car is approaching and they know you, they recognize you, and they start casting ads on gigantic screens.
That is going to happen. You just predicted something that is going to happen.
I believe it's going to happen.
Absolutely it is. And my mind just automatically, that is going to happen. I'm going to tell you what else is going to happen. You're going to be coming up on Burger King and some other place like that, and your screen on your phone, even if on your car, even if you're not using GPS or whatever, and you're just playing music. Listen, I predict it right now. Put it on the record. Sandy predicted customized billboards going down the road. I'm predicting customized ads in your car that pops up and plays
100%
as you are approaching these, saying, just letting you know this is coming, and putting this juicy burger in front of you that you can glance down at, and it will say, if you'd like to get this burger, touch here for directions to it. That's coming.
Hey, how about this? And I literally read this article probably 2 or maybe longer years ago, that because your habits, your routines are known so well by corporations, because guess what? Your information on you, your dentist is selling information on you, your doctor, everybody's selling information on you.
Yes.
What if you and your best friend both get an ad for the same product, like a coupon maybe, but because your friend is deemed, I don't know, a better consumer, they get a better coupon than the one that you get, because it's based off of your usage and a whole lot of other things. This is the kind of insanity we're talking about. Just, basically splitting hairs. Because
social credits,
because there's so much information on you out there. Your privileges are elevated, or you're elevated or demoted because of your history or perceived history. I don't know.
That's good points. That's good points, y'all. We've predicted it all right here. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Even so, Lord, come quickly.
Yes.
Hey, but you know what? We talked a lot about data centers and how much energy they take and all this. Well, Jeff Bezos has come out this week with a great idea. This is how he's going to solve it. No one saw this coming.
Oh boy.
Jeff Bezos makes wild prediction about data centers as energy demand grows. Are you ready?
Let's go.
He has said, he predicted on Friday, gigawatt scale data centers will be built in space within the next 10 to 20 years, that will continuously be available with solar energy, meant that would eventually outperform those based on Earth.
So we don't have to worry about cooling them? Is that?
No. Watch this.
Okay.
Speaking to the Italian Tech Week in Turin, Bezos also compared the surge in artificial intelligence to the internet boom of the early 2000s, using optimism despite the risk of expected bubbles. The concept of orbital data centers has gained traction among tech giants, as those on Earth have driven up demand for electricity and water to cool their servers.
Cooling.
These giant training clusters, those will be better built in space, because we have solar power there 24/7. Watch this. There are no clouds and no rain and no weather. So the answer is, we're going to build these massive AI data centers in space.
Is it anything to do with helium-3, or is that just the sun? Where are they wanting to get that from?
Just from the sun, I guess.
Jeez.
Goes on to say, we will be able to beat the cost of terrestrial data centers in space in the next couple of decades. The shift to space infrastructure is part of a broader trend using space to improve life on Earth. It already has happened with weather satellites. It's already happened with communication satellites. The next step is going to be data centers, and then other kinds of manufacturing. How about you apply for a job and you go manufacture it in space.
I saw that on a series not
Yes,
that long ago.
you did. Hosting data centers in space has its own challenges, including the difficulty of maintenance and carrying out upgrades and the cost of launching rockets, as well as the risk of launches may fail. The executive chair of Amazon said that AI wave shares, blah, blah, blah. We would be extremely optimistic that the societal and beneficial consequences of AI, like we had in the internet 25 years, are real and are there to stay. So who knew that the answer, remember we go back to what the guy from Google said, AI is going to come up with their own ideas for energy. They're going to create an energy that doesn't exist. And then some AI look, he didn't come up with this. His AI told him this. AI said, look, the best place for us to do this is in space. Then your mind goes there and says, are they already there? I know that's what you were thinking because you believe we're already on Mars. Don't you? Let's go ahead and tell the big picture family, Sandy. Are we on Mars?
Helium-3 is projected to be a powerful energy source. Yes. Is it the moon? Is that where we're going to get it from? But listen, obviously, they're telling us in the movies, they're telling us on television series that we're on the moon, or maybe even inside the moon, maybe inside Mars, maybe on Mars. So my mind goes to, and of course, Elon Musk says he's going to colonize Mars and
that's right.
all of these things. So my mind obviously goes to, is there some truth in this?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, is it possible? Will it be possible? Eek.
Well, let's talk about the gigantic Manhattan-sized gorilla in space.
Why not? I think you apparently didn't see it, but BP was on here earlier talking about.
Strange that you would say BP because we're going to show a BP video tonight.
Nice.
We're going to show him talking about it.
I hope he's still here with us.
Yeah, so we're going to give him a shout out. I want to tell you to go watch the whole thing because nobody's covering it like BP. But look, this is from the Daily Mail. Mysterious interstellar visitor spotted above Mars appears as massive cylindrical craft. New extraordinary images of the interstellar object flying through our solar system have been released. We're talking about 3i-Atlas. Although most scientists have concluded that the mysterious object is a comet, NASA's Perseverance rover on the Martian surface sent back photos showing what appears to be a massive cylindrical shape. Stargazers on social media shared color-enhanced images of the object, dubbed 3i-Atlas, which showed the interstellar visitor having a green glow as it passed Mars and heads closer to the sun. Avi Loeb, who has been convinced that the object could be an alien craft or probe, analyzed the Perseverance rover's photo by calculating its distance, speed, and camera settings. He explained that the apparent cylinder from the rover's navcam was likely caused by the cameras stacking hundreds of images, blah, blah, blah. But this is the image from the rover on Mars as 3i-Atlas passes. This is the color-enhanced image shared by multiple social media users.
Well, I just want to say, obviously, this is conclusive information here.
Very conclusive.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is solid, conclusive information.
Solid. It is interesting.
So I'm going to leave this up here while you're talking about it.
It is interesting, though. I mean, I don't know how many months we've been talking about. Is it since April? I don't know. It's been several months since the conversation started about this. And, you know, it's got a giant headlight. It doesn't have a proper tail or whatever. And we are approaching the final days that we're going to be seeing this, correct?
I think so.
So, again, I'm going to go back to that government shutdown.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what tonight is about. Are we being distracted from this?
Squirrel!
Is the government shutdown and the troops in the streets, is all of this distracting us from something that is coming? Your thoughts?
the entire time this has been in the news and been a story, I've never really known what to think about this. So I'd be interested to hear your theories and your ideas on it, because I'm at a loss. I'm just going to tell you right now.
Okay.
I'm at a loss. I don't really know what this is, where it's going.
Well, I'll give you my thoughts after we show the Real BP Earthwatch.
All right.
This was one of his latest videos that he just did.
it.
Go
That's
to the Real BP Earthwatch.
Mhm.
Follow his channel there. And this is, he's talking about the new images coming from the rover.
Images of Atlas 3i, and it doesn't look like much. We're going to do some computer work with this image and see what we get. Now, we're going to be getting, and I read through the information, and this is just one of the first images, and it's raw. What they will do, and it takes time to transmit from the orbit of Mars back to Earth, and then it takes a little time for them to go through the pictures and then do all of the full processing to get it as clear as it can. But this, we got a couple of orbiters around Mars, the U.S. does, and ES it, and it was some hours a day to a week, maybe this says it. And one of my huskies there, it doesn't look like much. Again, we're going to process this thing down. We're going to look at some of the maps of what's going on, things like that. If you remember, it was, I think, 104 degrees to the left of Atlas. And so that's what we're not.
So BP is very detailed in his description. I wanted to show you this video so that you could go back and really, really watch it. As you can see the title there, that's what you look for. Atlas 3i, new images over Mars. Could it be a fleet?
I saw that and I was like, I want to watch this video.
So he thinks it could be a fleet. So
yeah.
What do you okay, so you asked me my thoughts on it.
Yes, I want to know.
Honestly, I'm like you. I don't know, but my thoughts is like what we're going back to, everything that we're talking about now. If it were not for the fact that you supposedly, and we've not tested this yet, if you have a decent telescope, and we got a decent one, that you're supposed to be able to see it. If people are seeing something, they're seeing something. Okay. And I know there's also the whole Project Blue Beam, all this kind of stuff that you could go down.
Right.
But I tend to believe that it is not a comet. I tend to believe that this is a part, the timing of it is very suspicious in what most people believe, that the next phase of disclosure is about to happen. And you remember the word of God says, see that you're not deceived. There'll be signs in the heavens and the earth beneath. So would it not be just very convenient that that they come forth and has some kind of evidence that this was some type of craft getting ready for the mothership to show up and all of this.
Another scout?
To try to prepare the narrative that what we believe in God as a creator is not real. And because that's what the disclosure is all about. It's about that our creator narrative that we believe that is the word of God, that God created us in his image, is all a made up story. And so the Antichrist has got to have a system to turn us away from that. And that's why the Bible says there'll be a great falling away and there'll be a great distraction as such the world has never seen. And I believe that this is part of it.
Okay. Well, I will say this. If there's something up there, I would like to observe it through my nifty telescope.
That I bought you for Christmas.
Thank you. But years ago, we were able to observe, was it Hale-Bopp?
Hale-Bopp with
the
a naked eye.
Hale-Bopp comet with a naked eye, like
Crazy.
in the year 1996 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was cool. You could stand outside and you could watch it move across the sky, literally.
How many remembers Hale-Bopp? That was awesome.
It was very interesting. So, a lot of noise. Probably more noise being made about this than Oumuamua in 2017.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And, they call that's another name for scout.
Yeah.
So, and, the whole thing, is it recon? Are they doing reconnaissance on us? I mean, I don't know.
All right, let's rapid fire a few things here on AI because it's getting even crazier. Toyota, yes, has now launched a $10 billion city in Japan to test life with robots. This is actually in place now. This is
You said billion.
$10 billion. The first phase is $10 billion. Toyota's test city is finally live. After 5 years of building, the first residents just moved into Toyota's Woven City, is what it's called, at the base of Mount Fuji. It's a real-life test bed for smart homes, autonomous vehicles, and city tech. This is the artist rendition before it was started, and I'm going to show you the real thing in a minute. It's where people actually live and test new products in daily life. Phase 1 now houses 300 residents, mostly Toyota employees and their families. This is the actual city. This is the actual autonomous bus that runs. Residents are testing self-driving shuttles, compact EVs, robot deliveries, and smart homes. The shuttle currently drives itself, but still has humans on board to take over if needed. In a few years, the goal is to run fully driverless routes inside Woven City. And of course, you can see underground, all of the stuff moves back and forth underground, comes up when you need it. This is a typical home there that's living with a beautiful view of Mount Fuji.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You think that, okay. Maybe that's a typical home, but.
Yeah, that is not a typical home.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay. So rapid fire on that. Another thing that's part of disclosure. Get ready for this. This is what I'm talking about. It's all about the image of God, created in the image of God. That's what all of this is about. It's what it was in the garden. It's what it is now. Look at this. Alien DNA has now been found in humans. Who knew? It was inserted into our genes, a new study claims. Is it the invasion of the genome snatchers? Just in case the idea of aliens walking around in human skin suits wasn't frightening enough, an outlandish study asserts that aliens might have abducted us and inserted genes into human DNA with the fallout affecting potentially millions of people. The study says humanity may be undergoing genetic transformation. And that's what transhumanism is. It says, he goes on to claim that this far-fetched seeming conclusion, by analyzing DNA from both regular people and those who have claimed to have been abducted by aliens. This comes following a spike in UFO sightings over the last year, making many fear that we're on the verge of some not-so-friendly close encounters. The scientists specifically analyzed 581 complete families from the 1,000 Genomes Project, discovering large sequences of DNA in 11 families that didn't appear to correspond to either family member. These genetic aberrations entailed a bundle of 348 non-parental genetic variants. As the subjects were born before 1990, this ruled out human gene editing technology like CRISPR, which only emerged in 2013. Rimple also analyzed 23andMe results from individuals who self-identify as alien abductees, discovering that some families showed evidence of non-parental markers. If this evidence is confirmed to be true, the alien prober feels that it could be possible to detect which humans carry alien DNA, essentially identifying hybrids. In other words, like the premise of every sci-fi flick, from the invasion of the body snatchers to They Live, the aliens are already walking amongst us, camouflaged, our genes per his theory.
Wow.
So, is there alien blood? We would call it Nephilim.
My mind goes to two places. I've heard for years that the announcement's going to come that they're here and they are our progenitors.
Mm-hmm.
They are our creators. My mind also goes to abduction and the retrieval of, genetic materials and the whole hybrid argument. So I don't like it.
Some of the live chat are saying Nephilim comes to mind. Days of Noah are here. Somebody needs to write a book about that.
You're in luck.
Ding, 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 ding. Somebody needs to have a book coming out right around the exact same time that they're going to start trying to do this to us. That book's going to be so timed.
I hope so.
I was mad at first it taking so long, but I think it's going to come out right at the right time. Now I got one more thing to show you that's going to absolutely freak you out that we are there. But before I do that, I got to go to something that's not going to freak you out. It's going to excite you. It's going to change your life. It's LarryRagland.com. LarryRagland.com. Don't go anywhere because I got to show you one more video that's just I've been saving the best for last. If you go to LarryRagland.com, everything that you need is right there in one website. All of our latest YouTube videos. If you're new to our channel, you can catch up, binge watch. You can read the mandate that God has put upon us. You can get a copy of my book, I See Greatness in You, that is available now. It's not the book I was just talking about. Pre-orders will be coming after the first of the year for that. Maybe sooner, not sure. But while you're there, you can get a free gift. I want you to go to LarryRagland.com/free or just go to the website, look for the yellow banner. The right side, you'll see get your free gift. When you click on that, it's no cost, no obligation, no credit card required, just your name and email. Join our email list called the Noah Generation, and you'll get your free ebook that I wrote called The Burning Generation, the On Fire Generation, On Fire but Not Consumed, man. It is an equipping ebook. It's the second one I've made available. You better get it quick because sometime this month we'll change it. I'm writing another one that will be replacing that, but go ahead and get it. And download your free ebook. And if you'd like to partner with us, and remember, don't go anywhere because I got one more thing to show you. But if you click on donate, you can become a partner with us. Thank you to all of our partners. Can we just show some love to our partners right now?
Yes,
that just
absolutely.
You're such a blessing. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all of our partners. We just want to especially say that you make it possible, you make it happen. And when you click that donate button, you've got preset amounts that you can do monthly. Some of you have chosen that, and some of you have made your own amount that you give monthly. And then several of you have done a one-time donation. And then some of you are old school and you want to mail us a check or mail us your prayer requests. Either way, we would appreciate it. Absolutely. All right, so we got one more thing to show you. We always like to update you on the video technology and why we just need you to trust us that we're real, okay? I don't know how to say it other than just say we are real. But ladies and gentlemen, it is becoming harder and harder. Now, one of the websites that I use to create graphics that I use for my thumbnails is a website called Sora. Sora is owned by OpenAI, which is ChatGPT. They've just now rolled out Sora 2 video creation. And y'all, it is scary beyond scary. Now, only a certain few people have it. I do not have access to it. You have to have an invitation code. It's being tested. So this is the test mode before it is even released to the general public. This is it, y'all. This is crazy. This is Sora 2.
Sora 2, which people are using to create the most disturbingly realistic videos I have ever seen.
So I downloaded this app, Grindr. Yeah, I thought it was a sandwich place, okay? I was hungry. I'm like, ooh, Italian footlong, let's go. Next thing I know, my phone's like, there's a bear 200 feet away. I said, in Los Angeles? I don't hike, man. I just want...
Have you ever had a dream that you want them?
I was in the in the foothills of the Himalayas with President Xi. I don't know, whatever. Anyways.
They got that cage fight now called the UFC. Folks act like it's the roughest thing ever seen. That thing's soft compared to what we did. Ain't no 12-ounce gloves in my...
What's this? Oh, we're cooked.
Have you heard friends talking about having good riz? Riz is a word young people use for charm or smooth confidence.
Mr. Rogers has the riz, clearly. But we're cooked. We're cooked. That's probably the best explanation I possibly could have provided. Those were all AI, and this is literally just from a few days of this technology existing. Yeah, we're cooked.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That is insane. It's only been out days. I don't even have access to it. Most people does not have access to it. Dude, the one that was Muhammad Ali, the way it looked like an old video, and he's talking about UFC fighting. That's what he's talking about. And then, they make him stumble over his speech, one of the greatest orators, national orators at the Washington Mall. I mean, this is insane. Look how real that looks. Wow. These are from prompts.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it is the time that you've been waiting on. Woo! It is time to vote for the Golden Chicken Award. What are the nominees? Very quickly.
I give to you tonight 4 nominees. So get ready.
All right.
Samsung, my refrigerator spied on me. Number 2, Bezos said we're going to build data centers in space. Number 3, you may have alien DNA. And number 4, Sora, blowing my mind.
Mr. Rogers got
Let's
Riz.
go.
It's time for the dancing.
Is it going to be Samsung refrigerator, building those data centers in space, alien DNA, or Sora 2? Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. All right, he said it's going to be a close one. Let's see. Okay.
One more time. Yeah. Here we go. The votes are being tallied.
Mm-hmm.
Ow!
Wow, we got a lot of 3s tonight. Oh man, I think we got a hands down winner.
Y'all can't nominate my dancers.
Somebody tries every week. Wow. Number 3, killing it tonight.
All right, so the winner is...
Hey, you guys are seriously messed up and upset about this. You may have alien DNA, and I don't blame you.
I think that's a winner right there.
I do not blame you.
That's hands down.
Beat out Bezos, that crazy Samsung refrigerator, and even Sora 2, which
was freaky.
Seriously blowing my mind. Tonight's Golden Chicken is that alien DNA stuff.
Yeah! One more time.
Do the funky chicken.
Do the don't. Well, it's been another landmark show tonight.
Yep, it surely has. And we actually have another friend who wants to say good night to everyone.
Well, good night, everyone.
Cousin Cosmos jumping in on this action.
All right. Well, cousin, can you help us take it out? You know what we say. No matter what's going on in the world, no matter what AI is doing, no matter what we're being distracted from, is the mothership coming? It don't matter because we put our faith in Jesus Christ and Him alone. And we ain't woke, but we are certainly awake. Good night, everybody. Love y'all.
Help us build the big picture family. We're on a mission to wake up the world to what is really going on. Go to LarryRagland.com to give a one-time gift or become a monthly partner. Any amount blesses the entire big picture family. While you're there, pick up our book, I See Greatness in You. Browse our merchandise store, connect on social media, and get on the big picture mailing list at LarryRagland.com. Join us and be a part of the big picture family, where we ain't woke, but we are certainly awake. You're watching The Big Picture.